Hello and welcome to today's reflection. Today in the church calendar, we are remembering Joseph, the father of Jesus. And I was just reflecting on how Joseph plays a relatively minor role, or so it seems, in the Gospels. Um, he's the person who supports Mary, but Mary is definitely the key player in the birth narratives. And we only hear about Joseph on a very few occasions after the birth narrative. We hear that he and Mary were both concerned when they couldn't find Jesus on their return from the temple when Jesus was about 12 and had remained behind to speak with the teachers of the law and the prophets and the scribes. But if you look at the birth narrative, the things that Jesus did and the way that he was able to support both Mary and ultimately Jesus as well were just incredible. His response to uh, dreams and visits from angels telling him what to do, and his obedience in all that was incredible. And also his role in supporting Mary as they brought up Jesus and were alongside him in all that he did. So I'm just going to read to you part of the set reading for today, which is Matthew 13, verse 54. And it starts, this is Jesus, he came to his hometown and began to teach the people in their synagogue, so that they were astounded and said, "Where did this man get this wisdom and these deeds of power? Is this not the carpenter's son? Is not his mother called Mary? And are not his brothers James and Joseph and Simon and Judas? And are not all his sisters with us? Where then did this man get all this?" And the reading goes on to tell us that they took offence at him, and Jesus was unable to or unwilling to perform powers or show his powers and do deeds in his hometown. And it's interesting to note how many brothers and sisters Jesus is attributed to having. Um, so it's just, I think, an opportunity for us to remember the people perhaps in our own lives who maybe played a supportive role. Perhaps we're not necessarily the key players, and when we look back over our life, we can see certain people who really stand out. But maybe we need to look as well and see were there people who were just quietly in the background who supported and nurtured and cared and were there to support the key players who we hold perhaps in a higher regard or remember more fondly. Maybe there was someone in a supportive role as well who was alongside, who allowed the key person to be able to be as supportive as they were. So that's just my thought for today, really. Are there perhaps people in our own history that maybe we need to just remember or to hold before God, who perhaps are not the prominent or the loud or the outspoken, but the quiet ones who listen to God, who are able to hear what God is saying and to be able to put those things in place so that we have been able to thrive or grow or felt encouraged or nurtured along the way. Amen.